Greetings, greetings, greetings. Thank you so much for tuning Black in, the Melanin Report 360. I'm your hostess, Deanne, and I'm coming at you live from my back patio. It hasn't, I would take a couple of views, but it's under construction, and my contractor is here right now, so hence I'm outside, and it is 10,000 degrees right now, so I don't think this is going to be a very long video because he is right in the midst of tearing up my floors on the stairs and put laminate down, and that'll be day two when he comes back tomorrow. So that's why I am here. It is super duper bright. I'm under what is a patio roof, but it's really intensely hot. And also, it's probably 95 degrees, perhaps a little bit warmer. But yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in. And the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360, the Melanin Report 360. So I'm going to read the fair use disclaimer because I'm going to talk about a couple of people and their demise and what I think is an opportunity for us remaining on this side to do and not to do. So I'm just going to go into it really briefly because, like I said, it is probably 92 right now. So it's in the shade, and I just don't want to have some juice. So I have some, not so much water, but I have some juice. Okay, so fair use disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So just want to dot my I's, cross my T's. So I kind of had some limited information on yesterday, and that was Thursday, about the passing of Midwin Charles, and now, unfortunately, DMX. And I guess people have heard, I guess his organs were failing, and his family obviously decided he was in a vegetative state, and that is so unfortunate for this young man. I will say young man because he was years younger than me, and he was a great jewel in the rap community, and he will sorely be missed. So I wanted to shout out to his family and his loved ones. Because he used to live here. He had a home in Phoenix or Scottsdale, because I bumped into him like last year. I think it was maybe a year and a half ago, roughly. It wasn't too long ago. I'm footing right now. And he was, like I said, we were at a banking institution, and he was, unassuming, kind of taking care of his business, obviously, and I just did a nod, I didn't want to bum rush him and all like that. So that was my, brief encounter. And musically, I know about some of his music, not all. So the banging you're hearing now is my contractor inside. So I just wanted to step out so I wouldn't be drowning. He wouldn't be drowning me out. So, yeah, so I wanted to lift him up, his family up, and in spirit and in truth. And I am so amazed that we have lost two great souls within days of each other. So I did not understand why the news did not actually go into the COVID-19 connection. So I didn't find that out until after I came on yesterday with Midwin Charles, attorney Midwin Charles, and she had a post March 1st. And it was allegedly, right? I read it, so I'm not going to say allegedly, but I read the post, and it was for March 1st, and it was 8:30 in the morning, and she confirmed that she got the COVID vaccine. Now, I don't know which one. I don't even think in the big picture that really matters. It could have been Pfizer, it could have been Moderna. I don't know. Um, but that was March 1st. That's not long ago. March 1st, last month, like not even a week, 5 weeks, 6 weeks ago. Not quite 5 weeks ago. And her family is planning her homegoing. So the same with DMX, because DMX family came out and said publicly it wasn't a drug overdose because his history, that was easy for people to say, oh, well, drugs and it caused a heart attack and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, But again, because of his history, we do not know fundamentally, yay or nay. Like if it's someone that you think of that's squeaky clean of drug use and all like that, you would say, no, that doesn't sound like whatever person. So I'll just think of maybe Tyler Perry. I'll just say that. I don't know that to be true, but I'll just say he seems to be, pretty much lickety split. Um, at least he's not exhibiting any behavior that suggests that he is on drugs. However, sorry for the extra noise because he's working diligently and very, very hard. But it's air conditioned in there and it's not out here, so he's in a cool spot. So it wasn't clear to me yesterday that Midwin Charles, the late Midwin Charles, took either COVID vaccine of Moderna or perhaps Pfizer. It's one or the other. Maybe Johnson & Johnson, but I think she was to go back maybe this week or next week to get the second shot, but she didn't even survive past the first shot. And that's why it was so shocking to me because I just saw her like maybe a week or two ago on, I want to say MSNBC, because she was a contributor, a legal contributor, oftentimes on MSNBC. And so that struck me as they didn't mention the cause of death. They didn't even mention that. They didn't even mention that she took the vaccine. See, that was hidden. I had to do some research and make sure I was dotting my I's and crossing my T's, before I came on, because it was so incredible to me that the media will tell you what they want you to know, period. And with that said, I really believe that what they want you to know is front and center. If they don't want you to know, you have to, work through social media, etc., to get those details that perhaps it's not going to be on any of the major networks. It wasn't on MSNBC. In fact, they said we don't know the cause of death. That was curious to me because I was thinking maybe a car accident, but they would have mentioned that. If she was in a car accident, a deadly crash, that would have been front and center on the newspaper, that kind of thing. But it wasn't. It was not. And then I went back and I noticed that she had some tweets when she took the vaccine, and This was March 1st, exactly March 1st. And then her mother, she had a picture of her mother getting the vaccine. I don't know how long ago, but within a week's or whatever from her time to, receive the vaccine. So what I'm saying to you is don't believe half of what you see or half of what you hear. Because if I hadn't done, and it's probably front and center on most platforms now, but I did not do the research until after I got off of YouTube channel, and I was like, something don't sound right, with them both. And like I said, DMX family came out and said he got the one vaccine and he suffered a heart attack. It wasn't allegedly, it was not a overdose. And they came out there publicly and said that. And so Minwood Charles, there is something going on with this vaccine. They're going to leave it, with our people. I'll just say our people, because a lot of people, I just don't know if they're targeting, I'm saying, melanated people, how they could do that. It's very curious to me that, these are high powered people that, hey, Sergio, high powered people that is, coming through on YouTube channel and say this didn't happen this way. This definitely didn't happen this way. So I'm thinking, why are they hiding this information? I'm not understanding that. This is hidden. If I hadn't, had a question mark on my head, my forehead saying something don't sound right. And I've had family members that have taken the vaccine maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and, I'm nervous for them. I'm not nervous because I have not taken it. And this is the reason. This is the exact reason. I personally do not, if I have to drive everywhere I go and blah, blah. But I think Arizona is somewhat of a, I don't think that they are going to mandate it. Because I went into Flow and Decor without a mask because I was bringing stuff back and, I was taking care of some things. I had to get some other stuff. And I went to Flow and Decor and I forgot that Ducey lifted the mask requirement. So there was no sign out the front door, at the front door saying mask required. And just not thinking per se, I left the car and I just went back, no, because people are, kind of looked at me weird in certain way they didn't. But I saw a couple of other people that came in that did not have a mask on. So I think it's up to you if you're going to wear a mask at this time. At least I think UC lift the ban of you have to wear a mask, like it's mandatory. So I don't think he has. I think he's lifted it. So I don't think that was Sergio, by the way. So he had to uh, get some stuff to the dumpster. So sorry for that. But yes, we have to. Unfortunately, these are martyrs. These people, all practical purposes, they may have allegedly taken the vaccine. I'm going to say allegedly because I don't want any crapola on my page or anything. So I can still come at you, Monday through Friday and without fail. But I just don't know how they have targeted melanated beings because they were both deeply melanated, both DMX and Midwin Charles. And then with Charles, I mean, DMX was a great in his own right. She was at not even the peak of her career. She was still in her 40s. Yeah, she was literally 10 years younger than me. And I'm like, huh? So, I mean, her entry was, she was describing, I think it was somewhere downtown Brooklyn, that she got, I don't know if she got an appointment. I don't know all the details, obviously. But it was like she was happy at that level of getting the vaccine. See, they get in your mind of, you're going to die, you're going to die, if you come down with it, ah, I would say probably, I'm going to say 95% of people who get COVID will survive. They may have some long-term issues or, short-term issues. But if you keep your immune system, our system, our immune system is the strongest system in our body. You don't have a system stronger than if you have a you don't pardon me if you don't have a strong immune system, you would be susceptible to picking up bugs and germs everywhere you go. But me, I take vitamin C a couple of times a day. I take echinacea. I take a lot of stuff. And if I come, quote unquote, I catch it, chances are, because my immune system is so strong, that's one of the strong systems in my body. I'm not sick in the bed. I'm not a sickly, never been a sickly person. Thank goodness, thank my ancestors. But clearly, if you were out and about the weekend, let's just say the weekend, you're going to come in contact with dirty, fill in the blank, dirty whatever. And your body knows, okay, this is a germ. We need to fight a little bit harder to get rid of this. I mean, the body is all knowing. It's all peaceful. It's just like, you don't have to think, okay, I got to fight this germ off. The body is all knowing. It's perfect in its perfection. It is perfect. And we don't give our bodies a chance to respond to, um, let's just say, an illness. Let's just say we're out, down and out for like a week or 5 days or 3 days. The body will kick in and do, if it's like start a cold, feed a fever. So you live according to those measures. We still have a lot of information on the books before you get to the pharmaceuticals. If we get to the pharmaceuticals, there could be some chronic issue, and for a finite amount of time, perhaps pharmaceuticals would be good. I'm not trying to say no pharmaceuticals ever, but you should know that's not going to be your first thing. Shouldn't be your first go-to. Like I have CMOS gel, Dr. Sabi CMOS gel, the late Dr. Sabi, and I have so many supplements. I have so many supplements. Keeps my blood pressure down, keeps my mind, straight with, my mental receptors are firing well. And I'm just not understanding why the first response would be the vaccine. Because if you catch, let's just say catch, if you come in contact with someone who has COVID-19, there's probably a 75% chance you will not get the virus. If you do, your body will naturally know what to do. So I don't think we're giving our bodies credit to have the true understanding of what the body is capable of, and what the body wants. The body wants to survive. The body has desire to stay here. Okay, so the stuff we put in, the crap, the food, drinking alcohol, doing drugs. I'm not trying to say I've never had a joint. I've never had a glass of wine. I'm not trying to say that, but I don't have it in my house like it's taking up half of my refrigerator. You know, I drink alcohol. I can't even tell you because I've been on a cleanse, and that was last month. And I mean, I've been really, maybe I had a glass of wine for the new year, but it's just few and far between. We have to honor this temple. We have to honor and respect the temple. And especially if DMX allegedly did not have an overdose. That's what his family allegedly said, that he did not have a drug overdose. That didn't happen. He took the COVID-19 vaccine. I'm just saying, I'm just a messenger. So we need to keep this in mind. We need to make sure we're drinking proper water, drinking, some carrot juice or whatever. And also be mindful of what we're eating. And let's just say they were both doing all of that 100%, 100%, 100%. But with the vaccine, it was a invader that was injected into their arm. So the body was like, what is this? What am I? Is it a animal, mineral, vegetable? We just don't know. So the body tried to fight it off because it's an invader. They looked at it, the inoculation, it was a foreign body. What I'm saying is an invader. And it invaded Midwin's body and allegedly DMX's body. And they didn't know. I mean, DMX had a heart attack, allegedly. He had a heart attack. And, these are not normal circumstances, and these are not normal responses or reactions to whatever they're giving us. And the fact that I have family members, I'm that have taken it. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks. They were bragging that they got the COVID. They got the vaccine. So we have to make sure that we're protecting our body. We're protecting our mind. We're protecting our spirit. Because there's certain people that, HIV didn't take us out. SARS, or I think Ebola, SARS. I think that was another couple of things that came. It got out of hand for a short amount of time. They had to rev. They had to rev up. They had to rev up. But I think I'm not clear. I'm gonna just say allegedly there is something in the Kool-Aid, and Black and brown people who are the dominant level of strength, the dominant level of ability, all that we've been through, all that our ancestors have been through, and we are still here thriving and surviving and doing well. And so there's something amiss with this vaccine, because excuse me, if Minwood Charles, allegedly took the vaccine, which again, I'm referencing her tweet, and it seemed like I saw it and then I didn't see it and I saw it again, so they have to get things under wraps because they didn't want the public, because see, that's why it's important to have your sources of information come from perhaps other areas other than ABC, CBS, NBC. That is not where you need to get. But now we have social media, so those are filters that may not be on those platforms. So you can get more and more deeper information without going to the top 3 or 4 networks. But this was upsetting to me because Midwood Charles, DMX, definitely men with Charles. I will say definitely because she tweeted. I'm referencing a tweet that she. It's hot out here. Sorry, I gotta drink something. Mm, This is beet juice. So she actually, like I said, wrote it on her or tweeted it out that, she was very elated, and it was administered by the National Guard or anyway, that's all. I, I just don't know where we are. If I don't want to talk about the deceased because if you know better, you do better. She didn't know better. If she picked up the phone and called to Phoenix, Arizona, and got me, I would have said, "Sister, wait till the dust settles." It's not like she was working for someone else. She had her own firm. She had her own firm. She did not have to go like to work for someone else. So she could have set the standard and said, "Hey, if you want to get the vaccine, do it. If not, it's cool." You know, Probably have her receptionist take temperatures first thing people come out with the day, and then before they leave, to make sure they're good temperature. If they don't have a good temperature, that's what they do at LA Fitness. Because when I go there, before I can swipe my card, they're taking my temperature, you know, and saying, "Okay, you can go in, Deanne," And I'm always probably 90, was it 97.8 or whatever it is. I'm usually like a degree under. So I say all that to say we have to unfortunately use these sister and brother as an example. Do we need the vaccine? A lot of people are hesitant, rightfully so. In fact, I heard one good thing, cancel, one good thing that came. I used to watch Wendy Williams. She's a hoot, but she was an interesting card. So I watched her off and on over the years, and I'm glad for her success. But at least she came out when Dr. Oz. I heard it. So when Dr. Oz asked her, "You're going to get the vaccine?" And she said no. Like, as a matter of fact, no. He said, "Well, what, just kind of surprised, why aren't you, so he was trying to belittle or belate her, like, why, and it was noise in her ear because she said, "I don't trust it." That's a quote. "I don't trust it." And that's what she said. "I do not trust this vaccine." Her gut, intuitive of the African woman, it's strong. It's strong. We have to recognize that. And we have the intuitive nature of African women cannot be denied. So, like my brother, I think my sister-in-law got it. They both live in Florida. They live in Florida. I'm like, I sent my brother all the information. I sent my cousin in Brooklyn and my aunt in Brooklyn all the information. My hands are clean because I did what I needed to do to not so much stop them because they have free will, but I just wanted to say, "Hey, are you sure about this? Are you?" And I sent them both the same video of, like, I think I sent them the Nation of Islam, Dr. Wesley Muhammad clip, and it was a two-parter. And I watched it, and I sent them both, the clip of those. I think it's Dr. Wesley Muhammad discussion on not get the COVID vaccine. So here we are, two of our greats are the funerals are being planned, you know, and I believe there are others out there that still do not have a clue of what they did. I have, like I said, cousins on Facebook, they have taken the vaccine, taken a vaccine. And my intuitive nature, like Wendy said, I don't trust it. Because Black people have never been protected in the society, honored, not killed in the street like animals. This has been our plight. This has been what we've been, trying to navigate through. And now, all of a sudden, they're trying to save us. My gut, my gut just doesn't. So we have to take our vitamin C. You can find cheap vitamin C, Walmart, Amazon, you name it, they got it. You can get vitamin C. Like I take quite a few of my supplements are based around immune system boosting. Other than sneezing once in a while, my nostrils are wide open. You can get a truck in there. And I'm not a sickly person. And even if you are, is it worth not knowing what is going in your body, how the body is going to react? Because she had she had a peanut allergy. I don't think if they asked, I don't even know if they asked, oh, do you have a peanut allergy? Oh, you can't take the vaccine. I don't think that conversation took place. She had an EpiPen to make sure if she had a reaction, she would have the EpiPen handy, and then that way it could have mitigated the symptoms or whatever. But even with that, beloved, if you had called Deanne, I would have said, sis, do you really want to do that? Because we're in automatic mode. We're in the let's do it. Let's not, the government said, oh, I can do, yeah. Oh, and now the psychology of it, who can get it? So see, they're trying to flip the script. So now it's not so much you can get the vaccine, but they're trying to make it seem like it's the elite that can get it, or whomever, and you're at the bottom of the list. That's the list I want to be on the bottom. That's a list I want to be on the bottom. Thank you. Thank you so much. So these are two examples. There are probably many, 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 many more, unfortunately. And we have to protect our body, our mind, and our spirit. We're in the belly of the beast. Do you think the belly of the beast would have something good to offer you when they're killing you? They got the knee to the neck in the street. Are you all kidding me? This is where we all live, America, KKK. So let's not be fooled. Let's not be dismayed of, our due diligence. Talk to people, talk to consultants, myself. I'm just a call away. I will leave my number. You already have it probably on the previous video. Call me, 602-775-9665. Because if we need to have consultation groups and say, should we do this? And have the pros and the cons. And then you have free will. We all have free will, but this is just a sad day, because we lost two of the greats, and we've probably lost more. And because they're not even, they're excluding that information. It's not like she was in a car accident. Okay, I could see that. But they don't want you to connect the dots. But now social media is such that you can find the information. Because I found it. And I found the tweets and all that. And this was very upsetting to me because, like I said, I have loved ones that have taken this vaccine a couple of weeks ago, 2, 3 weeks ago. So it's an interesting time we're living in, interesting time. So yeah, just hit me up if you got any questions. Um, I gladly give information out because we each need to teach one, each one teach one. So that's what we need to do. We definitely need to do back to old school, each one teach one. So I will do my part to get everyone. Like I said, I'm not going to try and say, don't take the vaccine, because that brings on a different energy. I'm going to say, I made my decision. You can make your decision. Here's the pros and cons, because the cons are just too great. We've lost two great people, I'm sure. I didn't know them personally, but what I saw on MSNBC, Midwood attorney Charles was a regular um, um, contributor and very intelligent, very mindful, and she just thought getting the vaccine was the best thing. That's a shame. And the cowards of not being able to disclose it, at least if you disclose it and say, well, she got the vaccine and it was not, it's definitely did not cause, she died. So, not like a heart attack with the DMX, it caused a heart attack, allegedly, because I don't know that to be true. Only the family members, they tweeted out and said, no, it was not a drug overdose. He took the COVID vaccine and didn't say which one. And he went into cardiac arrest and then a coma. There's something in it. I don't know this to be true. I just know there's something in it for Black and brown people. Just buyer beware. I'm not going to go in conspiracy. I'm not going to go into that, leaning up that. But, there is something that detects melanin, that detects no melanin. There's something in that vaccine. It'll probably come out 10, 20 years from now. So mark my words. All right. So it's hot. It's, the sun is kind of getting across the horizon. It's still about 93 or 5 degrees. So this is a hot video, hot video. So thank you for listening. I'm going to say have a wonderful, wonderful weekend as best as we can. We lost two great souls, and they wouldn't even say either one of them got the COVID vaccine because they don't want us to be. We're already, did you see Saturday Night Live last weekend? We're already kind of not with it, because they kept saying they had a good skit on it. They kept saying because of Tuskegee. That was the reason, Tuskegee, Tuskegee. But that was the catchphrase, oh, Tuskegee. But this is our Tuskegee. This is our Tuskegee. This is 2021 Tuskegee. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. So get the information. I'm not trying to say yay or nay. I know what my choice is, but you have the fundamental right to make the best choice for you and your family, your loved ones. So I'm out. Have a wonderful weekend. We lost two great souls, and I will be back on Monday. God willing, creek don't rise, as they would say. But this is a solemn time. We just have to do our due diligence to protect ourselves, our bodies. Our bodies are not for experimental use only. No, no. I don't care who told you that. That is not a true statement. So take care. Peace. I appreciate you watching. Please share, 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 like, subscribe, 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 and follow, follow, follow. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for Monday's talk, and same time, 5:30 Eastern. Take care. Peace.